Hey, so today I want to talk about Wong Kar-wai's 2004 film 2046, or I think that's how it's pronounced. Anyway, this is the sort of loosely based sequel of Wong Kar-wai's 2000 seminal film In the Mood for Love. Now, I will try to talk as less as possible about in the Mood for Love because I absolutely love this film. This is in my top 5 or top 3 greatest films I've ever seen in my whole life. So comparing it with that or just saying it's a sequel, I think it's going to be a disservice to this film. So I'm just going to try to turn that offside off and just try to explain what this film is going on. Now, as it started to go on, I didn't necessarily think that it's a sequel. I kind of thought of this film as a sort of a spiritual film with same characters and same actors, just in a different world setting. But as the film progresses, there's actually kind of indications that he has actually lived the lives and the events in the Mood for Love. So it's kind of hard to just ignore that. So whatever you like to think. For me, this film is kind of about lust, still longingness, not getting the things that you want, and also not valuing the things that you actually got. In the Mood for Love, it was about kind of unfulfilledness, being at the wrong place at the wrong time, because Wong Kar-wai, even both these films continuously press that love is a matter of timing. There's absolutely no reason to meet the right person at a wrong time, then you can't do anything about it. So I think that has played a big part in both of these films. Now, 2046 actually plays kind of in a surreal way, but it's not that heavy. It's not like in David Lynch way or like Jodorowsky way where you have to like think a lot to get into this film. This is on a much more very tiny effect. It's actually he is writing a story and then there's snippet of characters in future where they want to go to a place or a thing or a kind of a space called 2046 where nothing is sort of forgotten and where people want to relive their memories over and over again, and basically it's just a standing place for nostalgia. Now, if we look at it, I would say that 2046 a very strong film. This film actually quite easily handles a lot of complicated story that it has. If you look at the synopsis of in just Wikipedia, or if you just glance at it, or in IMDb, you're gonna see that there's a lot going on in this film. But when you watch this is like a 2 hour and I think 7 minutes film, so it's not that a long film, but it doesn't feel that convoluted. Now, this is more convoluted than in the Mood for Love, but it's not convoluted. The stories and the characters, it seems together. Wong Kar-wai once again returned with his famed DP Christopher Doyle, and he also has other 2 DPs with him. And in that way, this film is actually done in the best intentions possible, but it definitely feels that Wong Kar-wai has kind of lost a part of him, if you know what I mean. Wong Kar-wai actually made this film sort of after you have given up everything, because the characters, the setting, the color, the framing, everything sort of hints that way. Because Wong Kar-wai is actually known for his bold colors, and he went on to use this in his other films like The Grandmaster, and he have also used bold colors in his previous film. But in this film, it sort of has a dystopian, sort of a sci-fi noir vibe, even though this is not. This is actually set in the 1960s because there's date in each and every year you can see. So 2046 is actually a very current film in that era, but this sort of feels like past and future all at once. I'm not talking about the future events that happen. I'm just talking about when Mr. Chow, Tony Leung, is actually in Hong Kong, and when he's doing his thing, it kind of feels like a very cerebral effect. Now, if you love Wong Kar-wai's film, you have to see every one of his films. That's just a given. So there's no point in saying do I recommend it or not. But I can say that to walk into this film, if you love In the Mood for Love like an exorbitant amount, like how much I love, then you should definitely check your expectations, like I checked mine, and I really like this film. It's a really solid damn film. But on the other hand, if you thought In the Mood for Love was just okay, then I think you're going to love this film, because in a weird way, this film is the perfect companion piece for In the Mood for Love, because if In the Mood for Love didn't connect with you, or you didn't feel that this film fulfills you or speaks with you, I think 2046 will. So in that way, Wong Kar-wai has done everything in his power to make great films one after another, and you gotta laud that, and that's why I give this film 4 out of 5. Even if you don't like Wong Kar-wai, I feel like you should check this out. This is a very good